Okay. You look gorgeous, by the
Yeah,
way.
so do you. That's very
Oh, thanks. All right. Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to our lunch hour live. Sorry, we were a couple minutes late. You know, computers do updates and then they ruin everything. So, but here we are. I am here with the incredible Anya Levine. Oh, if you haven't met this amazing woman, like get to something ASAP that she does. But Anya is a trailblazer in our Toronto West branch. She is a house coach, and I'm gonna let her explain what that is in a second. But I'm just so grateful for this woman. She has been. Anya, how long have you been a trailblazer with Happy Healthy Women?
I'm in my third year for 3 years. And
Yeah,
then part of Happy Healthy Women for 4, because in my transition with my other company is when I first connected with you.
that's right. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, you took our workshop, our business
Yes,
business
yeah.
workshop.
It was fantastic, as all your workshops are.
I just adore you, and I'm so happy that you're here. So, yeah, talk to us a little bit about what it is that you do. Share a little bit about yourself.
Sure, thank you. So, a house coach is something that came up about 3 years ago. And prior to that, I was in the staging and design business, and I did that for about 14 years. And I was in about 5 houses a week and getting their houses ready to go on the market. And I mean, HGTV isn't the most, one of the most famous TV channels for nothing. People love makeovers, people love getting their house organized, people love beautiful furniture. And so, it's really, people really do love to feel good about the spaces that they're in. And when I was in my staging era, you'd go in and you talk about what you need to do to get your house ready to go on the market. So marketable, what you need to remove, repair, reposition, redecorate, all that kind of stuff. And there was usually a long list. And there were 3 areas that when I came back before I brought my furniture and my decor items that people had in common. It didn't matter if those people were downsizing, bursting out of the seams, single, didn't matter. One was, I can't believe I had this much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those people hired me after for design work, and I said, "So, where's the stuff?" She goes, "Oh, I still have it in the storage unit. I don't actually miss it. I don't want it back." Second was that they're like, "Why didn't I do this before to my space? I just love this." And third, even though it's a very stressful time, their skin, their energy was so much like more vibrant.
Yep.
So, I asked the universe, is this my calling? And what really was downloaded is that you need to work with people who are living in their spaces and living in their highest potential. And that's how House Coach came around. So that's what I
Amazing.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. So you help people with the energy within their home. You help them declutter.
Yeah.
So there's really so much to it that you really go in and help people do, and that affects our whole lives, right?
Yes, yes, yes. The design, falling in love, like why are we on the Pinterest boards? Why are we grabbing all the home magazines? It's because we love beautiful spaces and we deserve to live in them. And we can. It's not that hard and it doesn't have to be that expensive. And when we remove things that don't belong to us, it really changes the energy of our space. Why are we keeping on to pictures that we're like, oh, I don't even look good in that, or diaries where you've written things that you're not even happy with anymore. Like there's so many different sections. So yeah, those 3 components are really huge: the design, the practicality, and the energy, and they all intertwine in each other.
Beautiful. And I love that you focus on all three. You know, it's not just like making someone's house pretty. There's reason behind it all, and there's intention, which you're so good at helping people find the intention within their home and their space. So, okay, let's talk about this trilogy. I love that word trilogy. It's so like there's a sacredness to it, and I love that you use it when we're describing our home. So tell us a little bit more about this trilogy. And I have this scroll at the bottom, why it's more important than any other room. So I'll just let you start to explain.
Yeah. So of course every room is important, but I really want for people to understand that the 3 most important rooms are the front entrance when you first walk in, your kitchen, and your bedroom. And when those 3 rooms are somewhat intact, Then these other spaces are not that hard to get them right into the way it should be. But those
Mhm.
spaces are huge, and they are part of our, really about our health, our happiness, and our wealth. And so let's talk about the front entrance first. Every year gets busier out there, traffic, if you're walking, if you're on transit, if you're driving, Toronto, we are doing, here we are talking about it being in a big city, but even smaller towns are getting busier. There's just more and more people coming on the earth. And so our
Mhm.
space is becoming smaller and smaller, that we get to move around and everything. And there's a little bit more of an overwhelm because of how many people are out there and the energies and all that. So when we come into our space, it's really important that it is giving us a calmness, and it's giving us a feeling of sanctuary. And that when you walk in, you really feel, oh my gosh, I'm at home.
Mhm.
What happens is the front entrance is and can be sort of like a quick dumping block. And some of the things that I kind of want to just emphasize about that area is that, one, when we walk in, and if it's somewhat in disarray, especially women, men as well, but especially women. Interesting enough, studies have been done, and their cortisol level goes up. The blood pressure goes high. Coming into our homes and seeing that, oh my God, what a mess. Oh my gosh, I got to do, like the work feels like it's huge. There's so much to do. Really, it's not, but that's how our brains start to think. But we start to get all stressed out again. And meanwhile, we've just been stressed outside. We want to come back inside to feel, more at reprieve and, calmness. So some areas that I like to address is, and some of this has come from, again, being in 5 houses, a week for 14 years. So um, it's pretty much the same in all houses. Like, we love shoes. Like, shoes are great. We don't have to worry about weight fluctuation. We don't, like, there's 4 seasons of shoes, but I'll go into houses and I'm, like, my husband is the same thing. Oh, I need another pair of shoes. So an abundance of sea of shoes in the front entrance is overwhelming.
Yeah.
So that's something that, if anyone's listening and they can connect to, is let's just try to minimize that and put the shoes that we're using for the season in the area, and then find other spots around the house. And like, that's a little bit more specific, that there are many other spaces, but that's one thing that I want to really alert people to. Um, and there are definitely furniture components that you can use. IKEA has some really nice little cabinets, and so does, I actually saw something really, like, very modern last film. So the practicality of, the stuff. The other thing is, when we have things going out, maybe there is recycling or bags that need to go out. If you're walking in your space and there's obstacles, psychologically, feng shui-ish, all of that, there's obstacles that perhaps are in our life.
Mhm.
So we really should see, what is in our front entrance. It should be very simplistic. Um,
Yeah.
Beautiful to walk in, with, if you have the space to have an entrance table. And there are definitely different spaces. I mean, there are lots of open concepts. So when you walk in, you see the whole space. So, that can create, a love, because that's what we do love. Um,
Mhm.
However, we want to make sure that, things are in it, simplified and in its place. Um, Also, sometimes people live in a townhouse and they walk in and there's nothing, and then they walk upstairs. Sort of the first place where you lay your keys down, if you put, a little dish there, again, with flowers. Some beautiful decor ideas is, you know, a stylish runner. And that doesn't have to, like, be that expensive, but just coming in and seeing maybe a pattern, or some color that you really like. Just, it's all relative to what each individual loves. So there's no one cut way. So, certainly with staging or design, when you look at magazines, it's what, the widest audience likes. Okay, gray is in, and we love gray, but we don't want to over gray everything. We do like injections of colors, and we all have different color preferences.
Mhm.
Another nice design element to put in to do a little bit of a wow thing is a light fixture. Again, there's different price points. I always say, when in terms of design, you can put together an inspiration board, do it online on Pinterest, or cut out magazines and stuff like that. And those can be along, sort of maybe in the next 6 months or next, year, what would I like to do to change it and transform? But maybe walking around in your front entrance and doing like a little checklist.
Yeah.
Mirrors also gorgeous. Right now on trend are the black, thin framed round mirrors, or the all round gold. So that's really huge. So front entrance is key. The other thing I want to talk about with shoes is people don't realize people tend to continue to walk throughout the home with shoes. And so we really should be cognizant of what is outside on the pavement that touch our soles of our shoes. And
Mhm.
so, we're talking about a happy, healthy, home, and I'll be talking about wealthy too, is that, healthy, you want to really make sure that outside stays outside. So when your shoes come in, take them off and have indoor shoes. So that's
Yeah.
really important as well.
Yeah, I was mindful of that yesterday when I was walking over there's a little pad of grass there where all the little dogs in the neighborhood go and do their business. And I like just crossed over and I was like, oh no, I just stepped in the business area, and I thought, oh God, right? So yeah, like it's things like that we obviously need to be mindful of, right? For,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's kind of also that energy component, because if we think about it, I mean, our running shoes, are really comfortable, and we're in them all day. But when you start walking around the house in it, I mean, you can be used to it. And I've got family and friends who are, and they think I'm crazy and everything like that. But then, just test yourself a little bit and switch it up and put some indoor shoes on. I mean, they could be, for us women, nice little ballet slippers or whatever. The energy changes.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
energy changes.
for sure.
Um, so like, because again, what is all downloaded outside with everything, and then when we go inside. So, you know,
Absolutely.
and that's being more cognizant and being more aware and being more present is what I really want people to feel and see in their space. Because then, as we all know, with we talk here, well, you talk about this all the time, and you're so wonderful at the mindfulness of our life, and being really mindful,
Yeah.
and how that just elevates us.
Yeah, for
So
sure. So, just because we only have a few more minutes left, and I know, so we're talking about front entrance, we're talking about kitchen, and we're talking about bedroom. So, for
yes.
those of you who are just coming on and watching, if you have questions, please post in the comments. But also, you can reach out to Enya later. Enya, what are some like the biggest tips for the bedroom and the kitchen? Because I know you want to get on to that as well.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the kitchen, I will say that the two important areas are the counter, and really trying to minimize what's on the counter. Because when you walk in, it's the same idea. When you're walking in and there's so much on there, and we can fall in love with 55 million appliances that do this, and that. Simplicity is key.
Yeah.
And so, really be cognizant of that. And then the other thing is the fridge. Clean your fridge. Um, I know that nobody likes to do that. I've heard a lot of people say, that, and it is very daunting. Again, when you start getting into something, and we all know that with exercise, or if you want to change a habit or something like that, it's actually not so bad. You do not
Mhm.
need to clean your fridge for an hour. You can put the timer on and say 15 minutes. You can put 10 minutes in it. Grab everything on one shelf, do a nice little soapy wipe, get the, towels, and then you're getting rid of your science projects. You know what's inside the fridge. It's nice and clean. And then you know what you're cooking. You know what you need to go and buy in your grocery store. You're not wasting money. You're not overwhelmed when you're opening the fridge door. So the kitchen is a huge part of our abundance,
Yeah.
our prosperity in our home.
Yeah.
And
I like, sorry, go ahead.
no, no, please go.
Well, I was just going to say, an easy habit to get into, and this is what I've started to do, is to just really, and I've been doing this for a couple of years, is do a quick refresh every time you bring groceries home, right? So like clean it out and wipe down the shelves and just like, because you're putting brand new, beautiful food onto those shelves, right? And I don't know if you were going to get there, but
No, yeah, I,
like a
yeah,
weekly thing. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, not everybody love, but I love food and I love grocery shopping. I love to shop. I even like to grocery shop. So I
Yeah.
love bringing freshness inside the fridge. I love seeing, the beautiful vegetables and, the lemons or, things like that. The other thing I want to say about the kitchen is, and I've had clients who said, Anya, I don't have the cash to change the kitchen. I mean, I know if we're like for those of us who see my kitchen, it's like a farmhouse kitchen that I couldn't even put a new one in. I just painted the cupboards. And, so that's fine. I mean, definitely high and low is great, but you want to do something for yourself in there that, makes you happy. A nice bowl of fresh fruit or some tulips right now when you walk in. Make sure you have a good knife. Even if you can't change it, I think there's nothing wrong with changing your appliances. If you walk in and you love stainless steel appliances and that's something that you can have, something to love walking in there because it is really the heart of the home. There's
Yeah.
conversation going on, there's cooking going on with the fire and everything like that. So there's a lot of energies and stuff like that. So, and I'm not about to tell everybody they have to love cooking. It's not for everybody. That's fine. But that's the importance of the kitchen.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the kitchen, yes, Natalie, sorry.
I was just going to say, if you love your space, it makes it easier to love cooking, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. And so your bedroom. So the master bedroom is, that's where we who are in, relationships are, this is one of our spaces of intimacy. And for every one of us, it's our place of rest. And
Mhm.
again, good, solid rest means a good, healthy person. And so our kitchen, our bedroom needs to be tranquil and needs to be calm and needs to be luscious and needs to be luxurious. And so, from a practicality point of view, some of the tips I will say is open your windows. Even if it's a cold day, just for a minute or 30 seconds, like take the, out air and put in the good air. I mean, in Europe, we used to take our duvets and put them out in the window, so to get the fresh air. It just changes it all up. um, Bedding, laundry, we're all, there's there's no judgment on in that category sometimes too. But interestingly enough, is kind of the same idea as our shoes. We
Mhm.
got to have fresh sheets because what happens is the our skin cells, like all, they flake off and then things start, festering up and accumulating in our bed sheets and stuff like that. So again, think about when you are going into a nice, fresh, clean bed, how that feels. You're deserving. You deserve all of that. And just that's a simple thing to have for yourself. It's not, it doesn't cost anything. Just again, being cognizant and trying to find a way to maybe make that easier. Maybe have two or three different, sheet sets. In terms of design and the bed, luxurious, maybe, you don't have to buy a whole bedding set. You know how before we talked about with the furniture, it all has to be a set. It's the same thing with bedding. You can break it up. You can just, spend some money maybe at West Elm or CB2 on some beautiful pillows that you love, and then build up from that. Pillowcases. I mean, not everybody likes 55 million pillows on the bed, but layering, having a flat sheet is really beautiful. Energy wise, two solid night tables and two lamps that are the same are really important. Energy wise, don't have pictures of your kids, of your parents, of your sisters, all of that in your bedroom. That's for another place. For
Yeah.
for your bedroom, it's all about you and if you are with someone, for the two of you. So that is key.
I love, love, love this. And you have, like, this is only 20 minutes worth, but you have so much in you and so much more to share. So, Anya, tell us how First of all, where do people find more of what you're doing? I know that Toronto West, you're doing some workshops coming up. So tell us about that.
Yes, so I'll be at BACA this Thursday. And then in a couple of weeks again, if you go on the Happy Healthy Women calendar, you'll see. And what I'm doing right now, sort of the topic is for people to come in with their areas that they need sort of a helping hand on. And we'll break it down in those three categories, if those are the three categories that they want to open up. And really see how we can enhance them because, again, our home is so important to us. Really, it's part of who we are, it's a reflection of us. And again, we are so deserving and we deserve the most, the best, the highest
Yeah.
potential. So that's one thing. There is definitely an opportunity just to connect with me with a discovery call, complimentary call, where we can talk for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes on what is going on in your space and what you need help with. So right now, those are, I think, the two things. I do have an online course that is just being readjusted and will be up again through Facebook. And I'm actually working on a book, Your Desired Home. So can't wait for that to come out.
Amazing. I love that. Congratulations. Everything you do is so beautiful and done with such class, and your energy is incredible. I just love you to the moon and back, Anya. Thank you so much for everything and all your contribution to Happy Healthy Women.
Thank you, Natalie. It's so wonderful to be part of Happy Healthy Women. I I just love the whole energy that you create for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And for those of you who, don't hesitate if you're walking into your space and you're not feeling your best at the end of the day, or whenever you're walking into your home, like, you deserve, like Anya said, to feel incredible in your home. So definitely reach out to Anya, and maybe it's not like a whole overhaul. Maybe it's just a few tweaks here and there. And this amazing woman can just come in and help you really change your life with the vibe in your home. So, and yeah, thank you again. And if you're watching and you're thinking, I'd like to do a live, and sorry, I just wanted to point out, we have so many comments, great info, people agreeing to the very stressful piece of the entrance with all those shoes and everything. So I'm glad people found this useful for them. And yeah, if you're thinking that you'd like to jump on board and, also do lives and be a part of this community and be a leader like Anya, then talk to us about becoming a trailblazer in this beautiful community, or a branch director. We'd love to have you share your knowledge and expertise as well. So thank you again, everyone, for watching. Thank you, Anya. You're the best. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.